Hey there, welcome back to the channel. I have put together my top 5 tips for active labor. Let's jump right into that first tip, and that is to hydrate. So active labor is the part of our labor that is, the technical definition is from when our cervix is 6 centimeters dilated to 8 centimeters dilated. And it's really classically the time when labor is going really strong. Most people at this point, they are either using lots of tools as far as coping techniques and strategies to deal with labor, or they are using pharmacologic pain relief like nitrous oxide or an epidural. So it's generally where we're working really hard on our labor. And that's why hydration is so important. And what I think to make it really easy is to make sure that you have a cup with a straw and have a partner or a support person like a doula who is offering you water on a regular basis in labor. Hydration is so important because your uterus is working so hard at this point. So if you do not have an epidural, you should be taking little sips of water, usually in between every contraction or every other contraction. And you should also be visiting the bathroom on a regular basis because you are that hydrated. Now, if you have an epidural at this time, you are receiving an IV hydration, so you won't need to stay hydrated on your own. They are hydrating your body for you, and you might have the interest in taking small sips of water or having ice chips, depending upon your hospital policy at the same time. But hydration in one form or the other is really important during active labor. Tip 2 is to move. Movement is so important at this phase of labor. It really helps allow the baby to descend through the pelvis. The baby usually has to make a series of small little turns to make their way through the pelvis, and movement can really assist this. Movement can help bring our baby down as the baby descends, and the baby's head has more of an application onto the cervix. Pushing onto the cervix can help that cervix open, and movement can be a great way to help this process along. Movement is also great for pain management. It can help reduce that pain by getting into different positions, using rhythm as part of your movement. Now, if you have an epidural, this doesn't mean that you are not going to be moving. Moving with an epidural is also really helpful. So making use of a peanut ball and getting one of your legs propped up, using that asymmetrical positions are really good with an epidural. Once you have that full coverage, then you can flip side to side, and usually the help of your labor and delivery nurse is key when you want to use movement with an epidural, but it is really possible and very recommended during active labor. Tip number 3 is, if you do not have an epidural, I want you to think about using water. Hydrotherapy can be amazing for active labor. Hydrotherapy in the form of a shower or in the form of a deep tub, submersed in a tub, is so lovely and just helps take the edge off the pain. I love a shower for its white noise. I like to, as a doula, get my clients in a dark bathroom, maybe with some battery operated candles, get them in the shower with that nice warm water directed usually at their lower back, get their music in there, and really set up this wonderful laboring cave with hydrotherapy. But if a tub is available, man, that is amazing for active labor, to get into the tub and you can just see people there. The pain relief just comes as soon as they get in. So it's really an amazing place for active labor. So we are 3 of the 5 tips into labor, which is a great time to hit that like button if you found any of these tips helpful. And I'd love to have you as a subscriber to the channel. It's a great way to have easy access to all of these tip videos. Okay, so moving on. Tip number 4 is to utilize rhythm. Now, I mentioned this in movement, but I really think it should be called out on its own. I have seen people using rhythm to so much success, and it doesn't have to be hard. It can be something as easy and basic as swaying their body, swaying their hips back and forth when the contraction comes. Maybe you're even sitting on a birth ball, and when the contraction comes, you kind of roll to the left, roll to the right, or roll in circles during the contraction. I think of moving in a rhythmic way in labor, kind of like giving your mind a job. When that contraction starts, instead of allowing your brain to kind of go to those dark places like, this hurts, how long is it going to be? I don't like this. This is tough. And, sort of going down that negative spiral, when you utilize rhythm, it's almost like you're telling yourself back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you're like putting a stop to that negative spiral and just giving yourself the job of making that rhythmic movement. It's really interesting. Like, if you happen to experience any pain or discomfort leading up to labor, try rhythm as a strategy and you will see how powerful it can be. Really just kind of swaying your body, moving your hips. You saw me close my eyes there because whenever I'm in labor, and I always recommend my doula clients as well to close their eyes when the contraction comes, and swaying back and forth. It's so comforting. It's so helpful. It's such a great layer of coping to add to the other layers that you have. So rhythm, use it. It's amazing. Number 5 is mindset. I'm a firm believer that mind-body connection in labor is so critical. And I think setting your mind up for this active labor phase, even before labor starts, is really important for making sure that you're ready when those significant contractions come in labor and you get into the active labor phase. So setting your mindset up is, thinking those positive thoughts, telling those birth affirmations, those thoughts about how your body can do it, how strong you are, how capable you are, how supported you are and loved you are by your partner. All of those great positive things, thoughts, and they really set your mind up for labor in a positive way. Compare it to that marathon runner that goes into the race saying, I can do this, I'm strong, instead of going to the race saying, I'm not very capable and I've never done anything like this and I might not be able to finish it, right? It's a whole different ballgame. And coming with that strong mindset, I've seen just go so far in labor. I'm actually going to link a great video to set your mindset up for labor. And I'm going to share another video here with another one of our great top 5 tips for labor and birth. And if you found this video helpful, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Which of these tips do you think you're going to use for your active labor? And until next time, see ya.